This is Valley News Live at 10.
This is a thief. Someone came in my home and violated us.
Head woman is feeling the sting of a recent burglary. She says over $5,000 worth of items were stolen from her garage.
And some of them are priceless to her. Valley News Team's Alex Larson went with her to look through the damage.
You decided to steal from somebody who is not going to let it go, and you took VHSs. What is wrong with you?
Raelle Nelson was working on installing a new air conditioning unit with her landlord when she realized she had been robbed.
Well, one of the big 10,000 BTU air conditioning units of mine was gone. And we started looking around and noticing that there was so much more gone.
Tents, camping equipment, fishing gear, golf clubs, car batteries, bikes, an entire toolbox were all cleared out.
Completely empty.
Nelson also found her weed whackers, lawnmower, and others were completely taken apart or gone.
The deep freeze was unplugged, opened it, all of my meat was gone. Looked in the fridge, all of my drinks, all of the food, everything that was in there was gone.
What food the thief did not want is now covered in mold from them unplugging it. Nelson says she's an artist, and her art, along with some of her sisters, is missing, as well as many family heirlooms.
This is a thief. Someone came in my home and violated us.
Her grandma's silver from Romania is also missing, along with other collectibles. Police tell her the silver was probably scrapped and melted down by the thief.
Don't know who or why anyone would have done this. I'm one of the most giving people I know. I would give you the shirt off my back if you needed it. But this is horrible. Who does this to a single freaking parent?
She says she has not left her home in 3 days because she's scared of it happening again.
I'm going to let the police and my insurance company investigate it, find the culprit, and throw them in prison because this is well over felony charges.
In Moorhead, Alex Larson, Valley News Live.
Unfortunately, that problem isn't unique to Nelson or to Moorhead. Fargo police held a press conference today after a major string of burglaries. Police say the burglars are breaking into empty homes through windows and sliding glass doors and running off with jewelry and other items. Fargo police say their biggest problem areas for this are the Rose Creek area, South Bridge, Centennial, and Timberline neighborhoods.
It's probably likely that folks are driving around in the daytime to look at some of these locations. We're not exactly sure how they're picking them, other than it appears that in almost all of the cases, the people have been out of town for a period of time.
Police encourage you to lock your windows and put a 2x4 in your sliding glass door before you head out of town.
They also say it's important to have your security systems and cameras on a battery backup. The criminals have been pulling and cutting wires to make sure they stay undetected. All right, switching gears now to weather, where we're going to have some toasty temperatures this weekend. First Alert Storm Team meteorologist Nathan Hopper joins us now with details. Nathan.
Yeah, Justin, today probably coolest day we'll see for some time. Weekend just flat out hot, no way around it. But tonight, let's enjoy the beauty we've got from our Corn Auto Tower cam. Beautiful colors there. The sun set at 9:24, but we still have some twilight hanging on. Days still getting longer. Just for another couple days. The longest day of the year, summer solstice, comes up on Tuesday, but clear skies out there right now. We were windy though today, those northwest winds. Saw some gusts up over 40 miles per hour for us. Look at where we had the windiest conditions. Jamestown at 48 miles per hour, Fargo 41 miles per hour, and Lakes Country was not excluded from this. Saw some wind gusts up over 40 miles per hour in Monoman, Detroit Lakes, Fergus Falls, Park Rapids saw 39 miles per hour. So, and right on time. Around 9:30 tonight, around 8:30 tonight, those winds calmed down, and look at this. We've got single-digit wind speeds now, so a nice calm evening. Temperatures currently not looking too bad either, and with dry conditions, I'd say tonight's a windows open kind of night before we get to the toasty temperatures for the weekend. Now, we do have a first alert weather day raised for Sunday. Justin Stacy, because of the dangerous heat. We'll break down those details coming up in a few minutes.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Nathan.
Well, some of the roads in Oslo have finally opened after floodwaters forced them to close late this spring.
But some gravel roads are still in need of repairs. Debris remains strewn all across fields outside their levee system. Valley News Team's Aaron Walling spoke to folks in Oslo today about what comes next.
After many days dealing with the flood waters, the people of Oslo are happy to see the roads back open.
We were subject to boating stuff in during the flood, and people were trapped in town. There was no traffic through town, so yeah, it's very important to have these roads open and going again.
In late April, we couldn't even drive into town due to the water levels. But now those have receded. For some, it seemed like they lasted forever.
By the end of that, it was like, all right, this has to be done. We need things back to normal. It was good to get the roads open, but there's still country roads that are not open due to washouts, so that's still a challenge.
The next step is to tackle the debris that was left behind and fix the roads.
We got FEMA involved, so that everything takes a little time, but it's going to take some time. I mean, we got debris to clean up, gravel to haul in. It's a mess still.
According to Mayor Erica Martins, if it wasn't for the permanent flood protection plan, many parts of the town would be in serious trouble. But the town remains safe, thanks in part to the work of folks in the community.
I tell you what, you can't beat it up here. I mean, it really brings out the genuine care and giving of a community for everybody to come out. I mean, everybody who was left here donated their time, donated food, donated and just gave and participated, and it was so great to see.
In Oslo, Aaron Walling, Valley News Live.
The mayor hopes to have the town cleaned up for the upcoming Oslo Days event in August.
New for you tonight, the nation's largest manufacturer of baby formula, Abbott Nutrition, is shut down again. This time flooding inside the plant and damage from severe weather caused the close, which is happening just 11 days after they just reopened. The company says production and distribution of baby formula will be delayed for several weeks. Abbott Nutrition hasn't given a date for operations to resume.
A Twin Valley police officer and probation officer in Polk and Norman counties is facing charges. He is accused of having a sexual relationship with an inmate. Officer Scott Volker faces criminal sexual conduct and misconduct of a public officer charges. The inmate says the sexual relationship started early last year, telling investigators the two had sex at several area hotels and they stayed at Volker's home in Twin Valley. Court documents say receipts, surveillance video, and other evidence corroborate the inmate's story. The Minnesota chapter of the Council on American Islamic Relations held a news conference today in East Grand Forks to call for federal hate crime charges in the case of an alleged arson attempt. Firefighters were called to the Islamic Center early the morning of June 6th after a witness saw a woman running out of the building. You see it here on surveillance. One member describes the attack.
He noticed a female who was dressed up like a Muslim lady exiting the building. And he was shocked. He ran towards her, and as he was running, he noticed the curtain on fire. He was able to put the fire out and pursue her until she went into the motel.
Suzette Gay Thompson of Thief River Falls has now been charged with 2 counts of first-degree arson. CARE, the group, advocates for also federal hate crime charges in this case.
New tonight, chilling video of last year's deadly shooting at a healthcare clinic in Buffalo shows Gregory Ulrich calmly pulling out a gun and pipe bombs during the rampage. Earlier this month, he was convicted of all charges in the February 2021 deadly shooting.
The video underscores the horror of how quickly a routine morning can descend into carnage. Ulrich shot and killed a medical assistant named Lindsay Overbay and wounded 4 others. Esme Murphy reports.
Within seconds of walking into the clinic waiting room, Gregory Ulrich approaches the receptionist and pulls out a gun. We are not showing the images of the staff ducking under their desks as Ulrich proceeds to walk around them and into the corridor towards the patient area. Within seconds, staff and a patient with an infant in a car seat are fleeing. In a period that lasts less than a minute, Ulrich shoots his victims, comes back to the waiting area, and calls 911 to report himself.
I would send a lot of ambulances. We have some critical spine injuries.
As he is on the phone with 911, Ulrich goes to his briefcase and retrieves a pipe bomb, tossing it outside.
A bomb or two is going to go off.
A bomb or two is going to go off. Sir, are you the one that's doing this?
It just works pretty good.
From an outside camera, you can see the pipe bomb going off. Within a minute of the 911 call, Buffalo Police and the Wright County Sheriff's officers are on their way.
Tell the police to back away a little bit.
Tell the police to back away.
I intend to surrender in a minute.
The heavily armed officers arrive on the scene. Ulrich lies face down. Seconds later, he is hustled away from the clinic in handcuffs. He has spent less than 5 minutes at the scene.
Ulrich will be sentenced tomorrow afternoon.
Amazing video there. North Dakota's oil production has dipped below 1 million barrels a day, according to a new report from the Department of Mineral Resources. A little more than 900,000 barrels of oil was still pumped each day in April. It's down 20% the previous month. On the bright side, they say 40 rigs are actively drilling in North Dakota this week. That is up from 38 in April.
New tonight, a highway patrolman from Fargo has been named Trooper of the Year. North Dakota Highway Patrol Trooper Christian Helgo was awarded the title. He serves the southeast region of the state and works as a traffic enforcement trooper and assistant coordinator with Highway Patrol's K-9 program. Leaders say the award reflects the appreciation from commercial haulers who depend on the highway for their livelihood.
Folks gathered at Island Park in Fargo tonight for the second annual Roger Maris All-Star Week Summer Night. The free community gathering is designed to connect Sanford Roger Maris Cancer Center patients, survivors, and staff with the rest of the Fargo-Moorhead community. The event had food, live music, artistic performances featuring the Blue Water Kings, FM Ballet, FM Aerialists. There was also a wishing tree, inviting visitors to take or leave a message of hope.
At the end of the day, we really wanted to create an event that brought everybody together. And if you look around, this is a community event. This really brings people to a place where they can take and embrace hope, but more importantly, they can look at it and say, you know what, we're part of something bigger than ourselves. And really the Roger Maris Cancer Center, the people, really are the ones that bring that together.
Roger Maris All-Star Week continues tomorrow and Saturday with an invitational youth baseball tournament at Theraldson Little League Complex. Speaking of Island Park, new tonight, the Fargo Park District has now released their final report on the Island Park Master Plan. It includes recommendations for an open-air amphitheater, keeping the pool in its current spot, and a new sculpture garden, among other things. You can view that whole plan online. We have a link to it right on our website,